evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daryl One, and I'm the music director of the Victoria Symphony Orchestra. And it's my understanding that you are going to be honoring Professor Michael Hummel this evening. And I thought, well, I can't be there, but at least I could send a little video tribute to Michael and tell you a little bit about my experiences with him. Well, my story began 18 years ago when I was sitting in my home in Atlanta, Georgia, and I received this phone call. And so I picked up the phone, and lo and behold, it was Professor Michael Hummel. And he introduced himself and congratulated me on being one of the finalists for the position of the music director of the Victoria Symphony Orchestra. And I thought to myself, wow, what an honor. And as he talked, I was even more convinced. He told me about how wonderful the Victoria community is and what a wonderful orchestra they've had. And they've been operating for so long and with a balanced budget and all these wonderful things about the orchestra. And boy, you know, he just had me sold. I've got to come and guest conduct this orchestra and meet this community. And then he said to me, but we can't pay you anything to come. What? A guest conductor coming in and not getting paid? The musicians getting paid? Yes. Staff getting paid? How about getting the music and the librarian? Yeah. Hall rental? Yes. But the conductor? No? Well, I thought, oh my gosh, what kind of bozo is this that I'm working with? Well, of course I didn't say this to him, and I just listened politely, and then I thought to myself, why should the Victoria community suffer? Because this guy doesn't know how to negotiate. So I decided that I would go ahead and come. And so I did. Met this fine orchestra and worked with this in this wonderful community and had a terrific time. And I was fortunate enough to come out on top and be chosen as the music director of the Victoria Symphony Orchestra, a position which I have enjoyed all these years and have been holding for all this time and will hopefully hold for many years to come. So I just dismissed that and moved on. And now I was going to start my season with the orchestra, and Michael told me, well, you see, here's this budget for you. And it's the artistic budget. This is to hire the orchestra and to hire the guest artists and to choose and pick and rent and buy all the music. And so what happens? It's this little tiny amount. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, again, what kind of bozo am I working with here? I mean, I was looking at these figures, and I'll have to show these to you. Look at that. Look at that. Guest conductor budget. Oh my gosh. Then look at this. Here, look at that. Look at that artistic. For the whole orchestra and all the guest artists and all the music? Well, I tell you, who can work under conditions like that? So I'm thinking, well, I'll do my best. So I called in all my markers. I talked to all of my friends who are soloists and asked them to come for reduced fees. Tried to plan the programming so we didn't use large orchestra. I tried to use music that we already owned and didn't have to rent. And well, we made it through, and here we are 18 years later, and this orchestra is one of the best orchestras, if not the best, in Southern Texas, playing at one of the highest levels, tackling some of the most difficult repertoire, and we've come through smelling like a rose and looking forward to wonderful concerts for many years to come in the Victoria community. So, despite Mr. Hummel, I think we're going to make it, is what I'm trying to say. So, just listen to me, after all. Whose word are you going to take? The word of a distinguished professor at Victoria College, a devoted husband, father of 3 wonderful daughters, a man who has served on many, many volunteer organizations and boards in Victoria and served his whole life in the Victoria community, or the music director of the Victoria Symphony Orchestra? Well, I leave it to you. Congrats, Mike!